Oh, holy shit. Oh, wow, you guys. Have I got an album for you? Now, this band, um, it's a weird situation because I actually like Brand X way more than Genesis. And I'm talking about when Genesis was good, when they did Wind and Wuthering and, A Trick of the Tail and all that. And then there were three is kind of commercial. But Brand X, Phil Collins, in this really technical, weird, almost like Frank Zappa meets Yes meets Genesis meets The Tubes meets like Emerson, Lake and Palmer meets Gentle Giant and Eloy meets like I don't know, man, like Funkadelic. Dude, this is insane. Brand X. This album here, Unorthodox Behavior, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be one of the greatest albums you have ever heard, that you will ever listen to. I want you to go buy this album by Brand X right now at Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Of course, this is better than Genesis. They don't compare. They're totally different. But, this is just like how I wish Frank Zappa maybe could have been. I don't know. Frank Zappa's pretty fucking rad, you guys. But Brand X, what a group. What an incredible musical collision situation, whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people would say, why does Phil Collins monkey around with this? And he never seems to quit. He's always in it in the background, And there's a lot of guys in rock bands that have their little side band they're always with. I think like Robert Plant did things like that, and a lot of people have. They just have that down home, little band they never quite can quit. Even though they have that big, gigantic band that fills arenas and pays all the bills, they have that little thing on the side that they love, and it's a real dedication or something, or it's a real addiction. And Brand X, I can see why Phil Collins was in this for as long as he was, but it's almost like he should quit Genesis and stay with Brand X. I'm not kidding, you guys. I mean that. Brand X. I love fucked up jazz, technical music. I do. When it's done right, when it's overdone, it's not, sometimes it gets a little hokey or something, but usually no. I mean, like, it's not as good, though, as Brand X. I mean, like Emerson, Lake and Palmer and Yes and Zappa and all these bands back in the 70s. There's just so many of them. I'll review them all someday, you guys. I will get to over 1 million reviews. Me, Clark the Shark, right here from the golden EIB Sharkraphone. But I doubt, you guys, I will ever review another album better than Unorthodox Behavior by Brand X, 1976, June 76. I got out of fifth grade in June 76, you guys, in Torrance at Parkway School. And I was heading over to Newton School, on the other side of Torrance by Pacific Coast Highway in Calimere. But, yeah, man, Brand X. In those days, I was listening to a lot of Beatles, Stones, maybe The Who. But I would listen to stuff like The Tubes and Brand X. I swear, you guys, I would hear this shit and I would try to learn the drumming. And of course, I couldn't play this. It was just too technical. And believe me, I'm not a huge Phil Collins drumming fan. I don't think the guy's that good on drums or something. He hits too light, but he definitely has his moments. And you know, the guy is no Neil Peart, and he's no Carl Palmer. He's no Bobby Caldwell. He's not even really a Keith Moon. You know, he's just really good at, you know, playing with Genesis. But with Brand X, man, it's like he more belongs in Brand X than Genesis, you guys. If you listen to these albums by Brand X, you will discover jazz fusion much more fucked up than Frank Zappa. I'm not kidding, you guys. Better than Frank Zappa. I hate to say that because I love Frank Zappa. Funkier than like Chris Squire or Funkadelic or John Entwistle or Geddy Lee. Somehow, don't ask me how, it's not really funky at all, and yet it is. It's just so, it's more like progressive rock, but it's so fucked up. I want to call it funk. I swear to God, you guys, Brand X, Unorthodox Behavior. I guess this is their debut album, maybe, but to me, this is like their greatest album. And their other albums are really fucking good, but for some reason, everyone who loves Brand X knows this is the best album by them. And I know it's going to get 5 stars. It has to, you guys. It's going to get 5 stars all over the place across the board. And, oh, dude, look at that. I got 4.5, all music. It should have more reviews because this music is important. You know, a Nuclear Burn, 623. I want to kind of compare it to Genesis, kind of, but it's, you know, you just got to fucking hear it. And Euthanasia Waltz. These first 2 songs are so fucked up, you guys. There's nothing lit up in blue here, and there's not going to be on this album. Born Ugly, 8 minutes, dude, but it's worth all 8 minutes. And smacks of euphoric hysteria is like the closest thing to like maybe good music or a hit song or something. I don't know. There's really nothing like that here, you guys. It's all fucked up. You know, 8-minute songs are the rule. And of course, the title track, Unorthodox Behavior, at 8:29, you know, it's progressive, funky progressive, technical, atmospheric. You know, it's not really melodic, but it is, you guys. If you listen to this over and over, I almost recommend that you do drugs when you listen to Brand X. Because maybe you shouldn't listen to this sober, because you'll fucking go insane. I'm not kidding. You'll be 5150. This album is so fucked up. And Running on 3 is probably my favorite song on the album. I'm not kidding. It's interesting. And Touch Wood, which is kind of a funny title. I'm not gonna, you know. Touch wood. These last 2 songs almost like, you know, are good enough for the radio or something, but no. But this album here, I can't believe, you know, Phil Collins playing with these guys, Brand X, these insane. Percy Jones, probably the best bassist in the world, maybe. I don't know, dude. You, I swear, you know. And just all these guys, dude. Of course, John Goodsall. And then, you know, Phil Collins, you know, he has to be on this album, you guys. But sometimes I wonder if maybe like Chester Thompson or Ainsley Dunbar might have been better. I'm not kidding. But I don't know. Jack Lancaster. Oh, dude. Fuck, dude. He's fucking amazing. Dude, saxophone and all that shit. And, yeah, dude. Yeah, it's self-produced pretty much. Brand X. But dude, this album, I swear to God, Unorthodox Behavior. And that is a fitting title for this jazz fusion, um, progressive rock, funk album. But I don't know, dude. The jury is out to lunch and they're not coming back because they'll go insane if trial continues into the afternoon session and they have to listen to more Brand X. But there's another album, you guys. The next album after this one is a little more like, I don't know, maybe commercial. Not really. But this album, I could have produced it and fucked it up and made it more pop or got it more radio friendly and still kept it technical, jazz fusion and with all that weird shit. But because I would have loved to have heard Brand X not turn into Genesis or, when bands get on the radio, like ELP or Yes. But these guys did have the potential to be like Yes, like the Yes album or Fragile or something like that, or maybe Relayer. They could have got melodic. The thing is, though, is they're too fucked up. These guys are so jazz fusion, almost like generic jazz fusion, but too fucked up for that, you guys. This music would make Frank Zappa just turn it off because he wouldn't even understand this. It's so technical and it's so weird. And it is so out there. But I love this shit, you guys, Brand X. And I, back in the day in Redondo Beach, downstairs at 251 Paseo de Gracia, I think I bought like 8 Brand X vinyls at Go Boy Records or Peanut Records or the Rhodium. I mean, I would collect them and I would take them home and listen to them. And these albums were so fucked up that sometimes I would just get frustrated and take the album off and put on some Zappa or put on, I don't know, like Genesis, A Trick of the Tail, just to like get my brain to not go insane or something. But I would always go back to Brand X and listen again. In particular, maybe for just the amazing bass playing, but these guitars. And as this band grows and expands in time, the guitar soloing, it's kind of like Zappa meets Steve Vai or Joe Satriani or Daryl Sturmer, or, like, it's fucking sick, dude. Really good guitar, but it's different than that. It's more fucked up and weird, like everything and all things Brand X, you guys. What a band. One of my favorite confounding, convoluted, weird things to listen to has to be Brand X. And I remember I would listen to Brand X when I was in a good mood and it would put me in a bad mood. And when I was in a bad mood, I would listen to some Brand X and it like would put me in a good mood or something. This thing would shift my head, you guys, whenever I put on a Brand X album. Gosh, dude, funky jazz fusion, progressive rock, but weirder than any jazz progressive rock that you have ever heard, dude. And believe you me, I've heard all Frank Zappa, and this is just really strange. Genesis is too melodic for this, you guys. They're always trying to write something beautiful, and then Brand X is not. They're trying to write something, I wouldn't say it's really ugly, but it's very fucked up, you guys. You've got to hear Brand X, and I want you to buy every single album by this group, you guys, and listen to them all. I know I've listened to them all. Their later period albums in the 90s have moments. They're not that good, but Phil isn't in the band anymore, but it's still interesting. It's got its moments, and some of you might say, it gets generic or it gets typical prog or jazz fusion or, and I've heard people say that about some Zappa albums, like they just get kind of monotonous, but not really. You got to listen to them, like don't ever say that about Waka Jawaka. No, dude, don't. And certainly not, Peaches and Regalia. Um, you know, I know that, yes, and Chris Squire and those guys, they know how to write. They know how to take prog rock and turn it into pop, kind of like Styx, or a lot of these bands can do it. But Brand X was never meant for that, you guys. This is fucked up progressive jazz fusion. It's very fucked up, you guys, but it's very energetic, melodic, for how fucked up it is. Not commercial for the radio, but like I said, me, Clark the Shark, I would have loved to have produced or mixed this, but I was only 10 years old. But man, I wish sometimes it could have been my time to be there back with Brand X, because I love this fucked up progressive weird music. More than just 3-minute pop tunes. I love pop tunes, of course, I do, dude. But Brand X, what a fucking group, you guys. What a collection of albums. All their albums really, or at least like the first 5 or 6, are all incredible, but they're really weird. And they are definitely an acquired taste. Brand X. I'm Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkraphone. It's not a microphone. I speak into a fabulous excellence in shark casting microphone where it was your destiny. No, it was your sharkstiny to learn about Brand X. And I want you all to buy this album and all their albums, especially if you're a young person. Get into prog, get into technical jazz fusion, funk, weird shit, like Brand X, but even weirder. I'm going to go deeper, you guys, and review really weird, obscure shit. And I will review all the prog rock of the 70s, Gentle Giant, just all this fucking shit, you guys. I'm just beginning. I've only done 100 reviews or so, and the show has only been around for not even a year. My show is new, but because I'm Clark the Shark from GE, the Greenhouse Effect, I am the encyclopedia, not just on rock music or jazz fusion or, all that, but about politics, everything, you guys. Microbiology, prescription drugs, coffee, battery acid, auto repair, endometriosis, insects, butterflies, caterpillars, fucking you name it. And of course, albums by Brand X. You just got the only review that you will ever need or ever want of this phenomenal progressive rock album, you guys. And I want you to go buy it and you tell them that you heard it from Clark the Shark right here on the fabulous, amazing, unbelievable Clark the Shark Show. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.